Pop culture is more than just entertainment. It's a lens into society, relationships, and human behavior. I'm Grace, and here on the Grace Report, we dive into stories beyond the headlines. Whether it's reality TV drama, celebrity scandals, or royal family intrigue, I'm here to break it all down. What it means, why it matters, and how it reflects the world we live in. Join the conversation, share your take, and let's make sense of the culture shaping our lives one story at a time. Morning, sunshine. Happy Friday, TGIF. Okay. I am looking forward to the weekend. Y'all know already I've got my Thanksgiving dinner coming up. That's little Diva. My Thanksgiving dinner coming up tomorrow that I'm really looking forward to. We're all going to be cooking together. Tonight, I think I'm going to be taking it easy. I canceled my reformer Pilates class because I am sore from all the musculation, all the weightlifting I've been doing this week, back to back to back. I think I might take myself to the movies. Y'all know I have this like monthly cinema pass, unlimited movies for only like 28 euros a month. I want to watch this French movie called Chien 51, Dog 51, tonight. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing on my Friday. What about you guys? What are you up to for the weekend? So happy to have y'all here with me. We've got Gala in the house. Good morning. Good morning, Tamara. Hope you're having a great day too. Listen, I love a good Friday. Today we went out for lunch at a kebab restaurant nearby. Like a Turkish fast food restaurant, and had Turkish pizza that I love. I think it's called Lakum, something like that. And it Lach something, and it's so freaking good. And just a simple kebab as well. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Jamie. So happy you're able to get over your cold. It's the season. I started feeling my throat getting itchy, so I've been stocking up on teas and stuff like that to fight it off before it gets bad. I really don't want to be sick for my Thanksgiving dinner or for my raclette next week. Good morning, Angie, Venetia, 2 snaps. Good morning, Steph. It's been a little while. How have you been doing? And I love your new photo. This is so beautiful. What a beautiful hair color on you. Yes, I love it. Good morning, Amelia, as well. And Jody, I saw that your birthday is coming up. Listen, since we don't do the morning report on the weekends, that means we get to celebrate your birthday today. Happy birthday, Jody. Are we still in Scorpio season, or are you a Sagittarius? I think we're Scorpio season, right? So happy Scorpio season if you're still in the Scorpio era, and happy Sagittarius if we're in the Sagittarius era. I feel so disoriented right now, but happy birthday. What are you doing to celebrate your birthday, Jody? I hope you have a great time. Guys, listen, we got the birthday song y'all know I love, so please help join me in wishing Jody a happy birthday. Let's go. Let's sing it, y'all.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
I'm about to ask, I'm like, where the heck is everybody's birthdays? It's been a while since we got to sing happy birthday to somebody. So I'm really glad we got a birthday coming in. Thanks for letting us know, Jody. Happy birthday to you. Good morning, Her Story. Good morning, Mag. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Crystal. Nice to see you back. And Alexa, Milan, Venetia. Thank y'all so much for helping me wish Jody a happy birthday. She's going to be celebrating this Sunday. And word on the street is it's still Scorpio season. So yes, to my fellow Scorpio sister, I love that. So Jody said she's going to be celebrating with a family dinner. That sounds absolutely lovely. I hope you guys have a fantastic dinner and a fantastic time celebrating your birthday, Jody. Love it. You guys, today's episode of the Morning Report is going to be rather light, actually. I've been scouring high and low, trying to find some stories. And what I came up with for today's episode of the show was Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew, before he was disgraced as some sort of an actual PDF file of sorts, allegedly. He's been summoned to the United States for questioning over his relationship with the late Jeffrey Epstein, known for trafficking underage girls. We also have to talk about Selling Sunset star Chrishell snapping and dragging Emma up and down the Instagram. And Emma's boyfriend, by the way, you guys, is such a disgraceful, disgusting person. Girls like Emma are so freaky. We'll get into this when we talk about the Emma story, right? But the way that she's like friends with, Chrishell, who is queer, and she's friends with Chelsea, who's Black, but then at the same time, she calls these girls her best friends. Meanwhile, she will date a man who hates queer and Black people. And not only that, but her man also hates handicapped people. He hates literally everybody. And that's who she's standing beside. She's a very, very strange individual, Anyway, we're going to get into that, you guys. We also have to talk about Katy Perry. She's talking about the end of her engagement with Orlando Bloom in a new song of hers. We know that she's currently in a relationship with the former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, who is living his best life. He's always been an attention hoe. But she's talking about the end of her relationship with Orlando in a new song. We're going to get into that. And we've also got to talk about this 90-day fiance pregnancy. Do y'all remember that woman named Kimberly Rochelle? She was a little bit, off her damn rocker. She was married to an Indian man named TJ for a little bit, and that relationship was just incredibly volatile. Well, she met a new man, and she managed to get pregnant within like a month or two of dating this new man. And they were traveling across the U.S. in some sort of an RV, but they've decided to return to Alabama, where a lot of her family is based, in order to let her carry out the rest of her pregnancy surrounded by family. Remember that massive meltdown she had on the left there, screaming like a banshee? Lord, God bless this child. Good luck to this child in advance. That woman is nuttier than squirrel-ish. I'm just saying. Just saying, right? Oh, Lord have mercy. So many nut bars out here procreating. My goodness gracious. Kelly says, I'm catching up with my former boss later today. We lost our jobs. Are you Canadian, Kelly? Because the Canadian government just announced that they're going to be cutting about 70,000 government jobs as well. And this is something that they had already done earlier in the year. They already cut tens of thousands. What is happening? There are too many cuts. I'm so sorry to hear this. She's really great, and I always feel better after talking to her. And listen, I'm glad that you've got somebody who can be a support to you as you go through this. And I hope that you guys' networks allow you to be able to find a new job ASAP. It's really sad and scary what's going on with all of these job losses, massive job losses. It's insane. Milan says, don't forget also Mary, the Karen from Selling Sunset. Oh God, don't even get me started, Milan. The Mary situation with the flowers and the Chelsea, I do not know what's got her acting this way. I have to, like, when I first watched Selling Sunset, Mary was like one of my faves. I thought she was just so fresh and, fun and positive and really focused on the job. But the way that she's been treating Chelsea on that show, Lord, let me go binge this new season and come back and talk about it, because I'm only a couple episodes in. I was actually at the gym on the treadmill watching a couple episodes last night. Now, you guys, why don't we start off with our first story? We got to talk about the disgraced Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, before his royal titles were stripped away from his disgracious self. Okay, so the U.S. government actually publicly released this summons the other day that had me cackling a little bit. I'm not even going to lie, right? So this is coming from the Congress of the United States of America, House of Representatives, Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Let them know, okay? So, and I love how they really immediately, by the way, this was released just yesterday. They went right to work, dropping that title. They didn't even try to go, oh, Prince Andrew Ball. They said, Andrew, now that you are no longer protected by the Queen, who is okay with your creepy shenanigans, right? Your PDF file shenanigans, let's bring you in for questioning. Okay. So the letter reads as following. Dear Mr. Mountbatten Windsor, we write to seek your cooperation in the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's ex-trafficking operations. The committee is seeking to uncover the identities of Mr. Epstein's co-conspirators and enablers, and to understand the full extent of his criminal operations. Well-documented allegations against you, along with your long-standing friendship with Mr. Epstein, indicate that you may possess knowledge of his activities relevant to our investigation. In the interest of justice for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, we request that you cooperate with the committee's investigation by sitting for a transcribed interview with the committee. It's been publicly reported that your friendship with Mr. Epstein began in 1999 and that you remained close through and after his 2008 conviction for, it was 2008, damn. For procuring minors for prostitution. It has also been reported that you traveled with Mr. Epstein to his New York residence, the Queen's residence at Balmoral, and to Mr. Epstein's private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, where you have been accused of abusing minors. This close relationship with Mr. Epstein, coupled with a recently revealed 2011 email exchange in which you wrote to him, quote, "We are in this together," dun, 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 further confirms our suspicion that you may have valuable information about the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein and his co-conspirators. As you are well aware, Virginia Roberts Giuffre made several allegations that you abused her when she was just 17 years old. In her 2021 lawsuit, Ms. Giuffre alleged that she was forcibly lent out to you for actual purposes on 3 separate occasions. In addition to these allegations, flight logs document several instances in which you were a passenger on Mr. Epstein's plane between 1999 and 2006 while his criminal activities were ongoing. In response to a subpoena issued to the Epstein estate, the committee has identified financial records containing notations such as, quote, "massage for Andrew," that raise serious questions regarding the nature of your relationship with Mr. Epstein and related financial transactions. In her posthumous memoir, Ms. Giuffre expressed a fear of retaliation if she made allegations against you. In writes that the settlement agreement you executed with her restricted her to a 1-year gag order designed to protect the Crown's reputation. Recent reporting confirms those fears, as law enforcement authorities in the United Kingdom have launched an investigation into allegations that you asked your personal protection officer to, quote, "dig up dirt for a smear campaign against Ms. Giuffre in 2011. And we knew about that request that he had made to a law enforcement officer because he is the subject of a separate investigation for that in the UK. Listen, I'm going to continue reading it, but just so that you guys know, this is all well and good. However, given that Prince Andrew is not American, he's not living in America, he doesn't actually technically have to go and submit to this questioning or anything like that. He can just stay where he's at in the UK and keep traveling outside of the USA. This is only really going to impact him if he seeks to go back to America, for something else, right? Whether it's for business, whether it's for tourism or whatever, that is when he can potentially, be taken in for questioning or something like that, but not while he's in the UK. And yeah, what a disgrace this guy is. I can't believe that how much money and time the Queen spent defending this loser. This fear of retaliation has been a persistent obstacle to many of those who were victimized in their fight for justice. In addition to Mr. Epstein's crimes, we are investigating any such efforts to silence, intimidate, or threaten victims and are interested in any avenues that may further shed light on these activities. Given these recent events and the appalling allegations that have come to light from Ms. Giuffre's memoir and other reliable sources, the committee requests that you make yourself available for a transcribed interview with the committee and provide insight into the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators. Due to the urgency and gravity of this matter, we ask that you provide a response to the committee's interest by November 20th of 2025. That's in 13 days from now, just under 2 weeks. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform is the principal oversight committee of the House of Representatives and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time under House Rule X. Blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. This is all well and good, but did they send something out like this for your president? Isn't your president one of this guy, Epstein's former best friends? Wasn't he sending him like birthday cards, like in the shape of women's bodies and stuff? Like, wasn't he bragging about women and like rating women with this like known PDF file? Wasn't he on those flight logs as well? And I'm sure that a lot of other politicians in the US who would be subject to this subpoena, more so than somebody living all the way in the UK, they should be reached out to, right? And I want to see these summons be made public as well for these people, right? Do you guys think that this is performative? Is this something that is impactful. I'm really curious about y'all's opinion because to me, I think it's a little bit performative. Again, Andy is not, he's not obligated to respond to this. He's not obligated to go to the US and sit down for this, right? It's something that he would do out of the goodness of his heart, but he's not good. He doesn't have a heart. And he knows that he's in deep ish and he can't lie his way out of this the way that he lied through that interview that he did, right, about his sweat glands and whatnot. And so it would not be in his best interest to sit down for this. So I don't expect him to. However, again, people who are in the US citizens living in the US who have been implicated in this, including the sitting president, they should receive this kind of a summons, but I haven't heard anything about that quite yet. Anyway, let's see what y'all have to say about it, right? Good morning, Shar. Hi, everyone. Prayers to those affected by this economy. Amen. I'm starting to see a lot of videos on TikTok about like food banks and SNAP and this and that. Like, you know, it's getting impossible, harder and harder by the year. So I feel for everybody. I don't know what's going on in the world, but it's rough out there. Good morning, Kahara. Nice to see you. Kelly says, unfortunately, I am not Canadian. I've been in clinical research my whole career, and the cuts are just insane. So many of my colleagues are in the same boat. It's a scary time here in the US. Oh, I feel for you. And you know what? Again, not to take away from your situation, but it seems to be a global thing. Like in Canada, they just announced literally earlier this week that they're cutting about the same amount of people, 70,000 government jobs. It feels like there's this like plan for everybody to just be unemployed, government layoffs, and then, the tech sector layoffs and stuff. And then AI coming in and just robots and just all this stuff, taking people's jobs in all sorts of different industries. What are people supposed to do if they don't work? What do they do for money? What do they do with their time? You know what I mean? Like, it's all just so sad. Jamie says, the queen is rolling in her grave. Such a disappointment from that family. Amen. And listen, she would have been a great queen if she actually helped with this investigation. And she was the one who actually stripped him. The fact that his brother has to be the one to do this is crazy to me. This was Queen Elizabeth's responsibility, and she really flopped in that regard. How are you a queen ruling over all of these subjects, half of whom are women, and you are out there aiding and abetting your PDF file son, your disgraceful son? You should have stripped him of his titles. You should have kicked him out of that house. You should have had him trotted out in the streets to be whipped, tarred, feathered, and castrated in public and on pay-per-view for those of us who wouldn't be able to watch it in person. Kelly says, do we now call? Yup, this is him. This is formerly Prince Andrew. And I love it. It's what he deserves. Andrew is just his name now. Andy for short. Good morning, Autumn. Nice to see. Is this a new picture, Autumn? I really like it. You look really lovely. I love your hair. Jamie says, unfortunately, a mother's love takes over the poor queen. Unfortunately, indeed. It's sad. It sent a really, really bad message. And it put her other son in a terrible position. I don't think that the brother should have been the one to have to clean this up years after the fact. The queen should have nipped this in the bud when it was happening. Good morning, Gwen. I blame the Queen Elizabeth. Yup, there are reports that Andrew was the queen's favorite child. I've heard all of those as well. She should have done what she needed to do. I know that was her son. She loved him, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. He was never going to get away with this. The public was never going to shut up about this. And she should have handled it. It's performative. Yup, exactly. Right. They need to call Rump out as well. Exactly. So I'm hoping that this turns into something. Even King Charles, when he stripped Andrew, formerly known as Prince Andrew, of his titles and his home and everything, he said he stands with victims. So it feels like to me, if King Charles could send and ship Andrew all the way over there to the US to answer for his alleged crimes, he would, right? But unfortunately, I don't think that he can. Kelly says, when those Epstein files are finally released, it's going to be a shit show. Oh, not be swearing. And I agree, Kelly. I really do. Moments like this make me miss Scandal. Like, what would Scandal say about the situation? That show was just so iconic. Y'all already know. I'm watching a show similar to that here, a French version. It's called Le Bureau des Légendes, and it's more so spies. But God, after we finish this, I'm going to try to get my French lover to watch Scandal. Because, it's in the same vein and it's so damn good. Yes. Gallo, when he gets locked out, we're going to be calling the guards on him every single time. But unfortunately, I do think he's going to get away with this. And I don't think that he's going to go to the US to answer for his actions and his friendship with a well-known PDF file. Gwen says, yeah, things are bad and getting worse here. Donate or volunteer if you're able. Community pantries and community fridges are also an option. Amen, amen, amen. It's just so sad. I can't believe the state of the world. We've been through hard times before, and we can get through this together. Amen. What a beautiful message on this beautiful Friday, Gwen. Kalia, hey, boo. Nice to see you. I'm at Walmart. I woke up with a sore throat, and I said, not today. Exactly. What are you getting? Neo citron, honey, lemon, mint, thyme, rosemary. Can you get me some beef jerky? The hot and spicy beef jerky. Not my mouth watering. While you're there, please. And you know what else I loved at Walmart? I used to get all the time. This is kind of embarrassing, but I'll tell you guys, we've been talking to each other 5 days a week for the whole year now. I love Lunchables, the pizza Lunchables. You know, the 2 cheese type. I get those all the time when I go back to Canada, like at Walmart or something like that, where the chicken Caesar salad. What else do I love my Sun Chips, the red bag. I forgot what it's called, but I love those Sun Chips. What else do I love? Those things, like the little strawberry chewy marshmallow candy things. Listen, North American junk food is the GOAT. It really, really is. The stuff we get here just does not compare. So y'all, my Americans, my Canadians, please enjoy it for me. It is a struggle over here to get some good junk food. Speaking of, I think I told you guys, I'm going to an American épicerie, like an American, like shop to get that cranberry sauce for my party tomorrow, for my Thanksgiving tomorrow. And if they have a root beer, I'm going to be bringing root beer as well. And if I find some good beef jerky or Pop-Tarts or something like that, I'm going to be stocking up on that too. I am so freaking excited. I miss my good junk food, y'all. They're so good. And you see, Tamara, they're so good. Please eat them. I'm going to see if the American store here has them. I miss my Lunchables. I can eat them. You know what else I love? And I think I'm going to make my own homemade version. Chicken pot pies, the turkey pot pies. I love those Hungry Man TV dinners, the turkey ones with the stuffing and the cranberry sauce and the green beans. Yes. I love it all so much. I am such a, and it's so funny, but I really do love that stuff. Good morning, Acacia. How are you doing? Do you have any fun plans for the weekend? Are you going for another hike, girl? Are you making any beautiful bouquets? Listen, anytime Acacia posts on her Instagram or her TikTok, I'm like, this is just so whimsical. I'm so jelly, just living a nice nature-filled life. Len said he F himself before he was charged, so Charles is no better. True. Unfortunately, that entire family is just a mess. A mess indeed. I don't see the royal family being removed from whatever their grifter situation is in our lifetimes, but I do think that it can happen eventually. Sarah says, Kinder Surprise. Ooh, yes. They have I actually went into a Monoprix to think about getting that as an advent calendar. I'm looking for an advent calendar for myself and my French lover. So I'm thinking of getting him one of like tea from a place called Naturalia. Y'all know I love Naturalia. If you guys have like period problems or something like that, you don't get it every 28 days or like regularly, you're always late, go to this store, if ever you're in France, or if you can find it online, the brand, and they have this thing, it's called like feminine tea or whatever. You drink that within 2 days, your period's gonna come. I think I was telling you guys, I would have like eras where I wouldn't even get it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 4. And then I discovered that thing and it works like a freaking charm. So I really recommend that company to everybody. Kyo said, hi, Kyo, I would send you Canadian goodies. Jimmy says, oh, we can mail stuff. Y'all listen, please. Tim Hortons ice cap, if you can keep it frozen for me. I have to see how to get a P.O. box, guys, because I am missing my my Canadian, my American snacks. Sarah says, Lunchables. Oh, I love your new picture, Sarah. Lunchables are awesome. I grew up eating that all the time. Right? They're so good. I used to be so jealous of this one girl in my class because she would get a different Lunchable every day for lunchtime at school. That was her lunch, you know. I was like, oh, must be nice. She says, oh my God, my son loves the pizza. LOL, I can't believe I officially have a 17-year-old today. Wow. Congratulations to you, Acacia, on your son turning 17. I feel like that's a big celebration for you as a parent as well. And happy birthday to him. How are y'all celebrating his big day? Yes. Well, you weren't here earlier, but Jody, one of our co-reporters, her birthday is on the Sunday. So your son and Jody have similar birthdays, which is really cool. It's you guys' birthday weekend. Kelly says, all right, I love a good advent calendar as well. They had a buy one, get one 50% off sale there. And I almost got two, but I was like, listen, when I was in Belgium, I ate way too much sugar. And my thing is, if I start eating a lot of sugar or like eating poorly, it becomes like a cycle. So I have to like stop it, like completely cut it. And I can't, go back with the advent calendar and get myself in the mindset of eating sugar every day. So I'm like, listen, maybe I should get a tea, advent calendar or something like that. But I would love a chocolate one. I would love a chocolate one. And thank y'all so much for sending the birthday love to our Acacia for the B-day of her son today. Tamara says, my youngest son turns 10 next week. Ooh, the double digits, Tamara. Are you already thinking about that cruise in your future 8 years from now? Well, happy early birthday to your son. And please remind us next week when his birthday comes as well, okay? Oh, God, I love my afternoons with you guys. I know it's morning for some of y'all, but afternoon for me, and I love it, love it. Now, you guys, let's get into our Selling Sunset story, shall we? We got to talk about Chrishell. She has had it with Emma and her fakery. And listen, I get it. I would be pissed off too if my friend who claims to be my best friend, to care about me and everything like that, was dating such a bigot, okay? So let's get into who Emma's boyfriend even is, okay? Emma is dating this guy, and his name is Blake, right? And she's dating him because he's rich, obviously, right? Must be the catch because it ain't your face. She's dating him because he's rich and he spoils her. And he's just not a good person. He said a lot of very anti-LGBT, anti-Black things. He's a raging misogynist. So he says a lot of things against women in general. And this is his post that actually kind of shocked me the most, to be honest with you, because the level of hatred that you have in your heart as a person to look at a Barbie in a wheelchair, take a picture of it and laugh, calling it, quote, cripple Barbie, right? And complaining that next we're going to have Barbie with a beer. It's horrific. It is truly, truly horrific, right? Because what is wrong with Barbie being in a wheelchair representing little girls in wheelchairs? Like, what issue does that pose at all? What does it have to do with you or anything else? Like, why would that incite any kind of anger in you? I feel like for a normal person, they would be happy to see that. When I see Barbie in a wheelchair, when I see Barbie with hearing aids or with an amputated limb or something like that, I think it's amazing. I think it's incredible because there are real girls out there with these conditions, right? There are real girls out there in wheelchairs. There are real girls out there who are blind or who are deaf or who have been amputated, things like that. So it's a wonderful thing for them to be able to see themselves in an iconic doll. What is considered the most collectible, beautiful, coveted doll in the world. And I think that everybody deserves to see themselves in Barbie, and that Barbie does a great job of representing that. So why would a random man be upset by that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And how does Emma, as a woman, support such a disgusting, vile excuse for a human? Like, this man is a truly, truly pathetic, bitter, miserable POS. And this is who she keeps on making up and breaking up with. This is so embarrassing for her. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? And Chrishell has had enough of Emma defending this man, still trying to play like she's this nice person and everything, even though she has decided to continue to date and align herself with a person who hates quite literally everybody who isn't a white man. Emma, he doesn't even like you. He doesn't like women. right? So I understand why Chrishell is so upset. Seeing your friend in such a relationship is so frustrating, right? That I get it. I get it. So Chrishell is over Emma and her excuses. So Emma is trying to make people feel like Chrishell is the bad guy because she has exposed the racist, ableist, homophobic, sexist, you name it, things that Emma's boyfriend has posted online. And she says, you're not going to turn this on me. Your boyfriend's the one posting this stuff online. Let's focus on him, right? So this is what she shared on Instagram. And I quote, the post I shared from Emma's boyfriend, he shared all of this publicly, plus so many more than I shared, inciting hate speech towards the LGBT community, along with proudly telling myself and Chelsea he feels entitled to using the N-word. Emma chooses to date him. That's on her. She doesn't mind the hate speech. She just minded me drawing attention to his page where he was doing it. All of which she knew about for the year and a half before I ever said anything. That is hurtful to learn her morals when her queer and Black friend were her, quote, best friends. I am tired of this narrative. If I see racism or homophobia, I'm not the girl to help you cover it up, right? And then there was a moment where Emma, when she was calling out Chrishell and being upset about Chrishell for drawing attention to her racist, sexist, homophobic boyfriend, she said, oh, and when they go low, we go higher. She is using a quote from a Black woman, right? Meanwhile, she supports her boyfriend using the N-word. Chrishell called that out too. She said, using a Michelle Obama quote about taking the high road on a show where she defended his use of the N-word and hasn't spoken up for Chelsea's treatment when others at work try to paint her as a threat is mind-blowing. And that obviously is in reference to Mary. I do not know what the hell is wrong with Mary these days, but Mary is acting like Chelsea threatened her life by sending her a freaking bouquet of flowers to comfort her after her tragic miscarriage, you know? So I'm happy that Chrishell is calling this out. Y'all know I don't even like Chrishell like that. Like, I think she's annoying, but I'm happy that she is calling this stuff out. Like, you know, somebody needs to call it out. Oh, Lord. And I agree, Malen. Friends like Emma are truly, truly scary because they still do think that they're good people. And that's just absolutely insane. It reminds me of a former friend that I had. Remember, I told you guys, I tell this story all the time. I had a friend who said that all people of a certain race and a certain religion deserve to be deleted. And I was just so stunned by this. I was like, huh? Aren't you like I don't even know what her religion is. I think she's, what do you call these? I think she's like an evangelical person. And I was like, aren't you religious? Like, really? Is this what your like, oh, this is what your religion preaches? Oh, okay, you know. And she really genuinely thinks she's a good person. She wants to work for all these NGOs. And I'm like, it's just so hard to compute. People like this are so scary. They do not even realize that they're bad people. Like, it's absolutely freaking insane, right? Pure ignorance indeed, Steph. Kelly says, people are so emboldened to say the most disgusting things these days. They truly are. What about Barbie being in a wheelchair is upsetting to anybody? This is a celebration. This is a beauty. This is incredible, if anything, right? Absolutely freaking ridiculous. Steph says, the thing is, Chrishell is a mean girl, but Emma does have her blinders on. All she's seeing is green. And I agree. Listen, like I just said, y'all, I do not really care for Chrishell like that. I find her annoying. I find her fake. I think that she does a really good job of hiding, you know, the fact that she is kind of a mean person or that she is a shady person, right? But what she's saying is 1,000% true here. Emma, you know, I would cut off a friend like Emma too for dating somebody like that. Because what the hell you mean? Do you mean we're besties? And in my case, I'm Black and your boyfriend is anti-Black, or in Chrishell's case, she's queer and your boyfriend is anti-queer. Like, we can't be friends, girl, because obviously you were okay with whatever he's telling you behind closed doors and all the nasty stuff he's saying. Like, if he says this stuff in public, Lord knows what he's saying out there in private. You know what I mean? Absolutely insane. Oh, and I agree, Tamara. Again, you know, what is wrong with including people, you know, of different abilities that are often overlooked in society? You know, it's just, it doesn't harm anybody. This is a beautiful thing. Steph says, sorry for the late reply, Grace. I've been decompressing from the internet and I fell into an emotional affair. Listen, girl, I feel you about the decompressing from the internet. This emotional affair, though, please tell us more. What do you mean, an emotional affair? Are you okay, girl? Like, I hope everything is okay. Oh my God, no. I hope everything is okay, Steph. I'm keeping you in my prayers, boo. I'm keeping you in my prayers. Hopefully everything is going to be okay and that you get to decompress a little bit more over the weekend. It sounds like a very much deserved weekend for you. You guys, why don't we get into our Katy Perry story next? Comment on dit en français? On enchaîne. Genre, meaning we're going back to back. We are knocking these things out, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Katy Perry, y'all know she was engaged to Orlando Bloom. They were dating for quite a bit. They have a daughter named Daisy together, which, by the way, I think is a very beautiful name. I love kind of these floral names. I think I told you guys about this once, but when I was at my friend's house, I was hosting an apéro, and I met one of his friends, and her name was Fleur, genre just flower. And I was like, that's so beautiful. What a beautiful name. I like these names. Daisy, Flower. They're just so cute and whimsical, right? And I had my co-reporters. I keep telling you guys, I keep everything y'all sent me. So in that box over there, I don't know if you can see it, the orange box there, I have some cards that were sent to me by a bunch of people. And one of my co-reporters, her name was Sage. And that was the first time I heard of that name. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I love these like woodsy, nature-y kind of names. They're so cool. Anyway, you guys, let's get into the Katy Perry story. Listen, one thing about me is I know how to go off on a tangent. A tangent hates to see me coming. So like I said, she was dating Orlando Bloom. They got engaged and everything, and it didn't work out. And now she's got this new song called Band-Aids, in which she shares a little bit about what was going on in that relationship, right? So let's get into some of the lyrics. Hand to God, I promise I tried. There's no stone left unturned. It's not what you did, it's what you didn't. You were there, but you weren't. Got so used to you letting me down. No use trying to send flowers now. Telling myself you'll change, you don't. Band-Aids over a broken heart. And so she talks about more about her trying to fix that relationship. Quote, tried all the medications, lowered my expectations, made every justification, bleeding out slow. It's not that complicated to ask me how my day is. I'm flatlining, trying to save this. So later on in the song, she also sings about not having any regrets about the relationship ending and stuff like that, and acknowledging the fact that they did have good times nonetheless, right? So quotes like, if I had to do it all over again, I would still do it all over again. The love that we made was worth it in the end. And I think that what she's talking about is, their daughter, Daisy, that they share together. Katy Perry is not sitting home brokenhearted, though, as y'all already know. She is now in a relationship with the former Prime Minister of Canada, the one, the only Justin Trudeau. Listen, Justin Trudeau comes from a very powerful Canadian family. His father was Pierre Elliott Trudeau. The Montreal airport was actually named after his father. It's his father that made Canada into an officially bilingual country and everything. He was a really, really big person. His mother is a very eccentric woman, but she was also a big deal on her own as well. Steph says, and this is about the Selling Sunset story. Again, you guys, as always, sometimes your comments come in a little bit later, so I have to jump back and forth. So in the Selling Sunset story, Steph says, the thing is, Chrishell is, we already got into this. We got it ended. Okay, good. The emotional affair, right? Good. I'm happy. And hopefully you're, in a good, because I think you're married, right? I think you're telling me that. So hopefully you're in a good place now, in your marriage and stuff. And I'm sending you all the good vibes. And I'm happy that you were able to cut it off when you saw it coming. Sarah says, I had a dog named Daisy when I was a kid. Oh, what type of dog was it? That sounds so cute. Daisy, come here. And listen, I am not the slightest bit surprised by this relationship, just because in Canada, Justin Trudeau is known for being an attention whore. He loves celebrity. He wanted to be an actor or a model or whatever it was that he could find in the Hollywood world. So it is only natural that he links himself to a Hollywood starlet. And I do think that Katy loves the legitimacy of her boyfriend being a politician as well, right? From a really big, a really respected family. So this is a win-win for the two of them. I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing and listen, this is what we have to do. We have to do in December an episode of the Morning Report where we're doing our predictions for the year 2026. Okay. So this is something I'm going to put on my 2026 bingo card. Justin Trudeau, I'm going to do this on the break because I do have my notebook here. Justin Trudeau is going to be, he's going to be acting in movies and stuff like that. We're going to be seeing him do that. That's what he's going to use his relationship with Katy Perry for. So I'm just leaning over to grab myself a pen. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it. 2026 bingo card. Merde. I'm like out of ink. Okay, I'll have to deal with this later. So that's going to be our prediction for next year. Okay, you guys, can I ask you what you thought about Katy Perry's relationship with Orlando Bloom? Is that something that y'all thought was going to last in the first place or no? Right? And yes, indeed, Keo, his son, I think his son's name is Xavier, right? And he goes by Zav or Xav or something like that. He has a rapper. So I wouldn't be surprised if you try to, get his son on a track with Katy Perry, or if Katy, because she too wants to be linked to this family, if she tries to like hook up her son with his son, with like, a credit or something like that, a feature. So that would be very, very interesting. Let's put that on our bingo card, Keo. Good morning, Hamlet's princess. Happy Friday. How are you doing? So nice to see you. Listen, you guys, give me one quick second because I do not want to forget this. I think that this is a really, really big deal. If I could be honest with you guys, this 2026 bingo card. And I really want to make sure to have everything written down. Okay. This is going to be an official activity. I think we're going to take like a full live one day to go ahead and really, truly write everything down. But I want to make sure that we have something here just to get started. Okay. We do have one final story of the day, and it's about that 90-day fiance pregnancy. So I don't know if you guys kept up with this couple from 90 Day Fiance, but her name was Kimberly Rochelle. She was some sort of a clairvoyant, and she got married to this guy named TJ, right? And so TJ, I don't remember what he did for work, but I know he got set up by a very lovely family. The family helped build a house for him and Kim to live in and everything. But Kim, from what I remember, I'm sorry, but she was kind of a psycho, right? Hang on. I'm just going to write this. Justin Trudeau gets into acting. Yeah. So his family built a house and everything, or built a wing of the house for him and Kimberly to live in. It wasn't built quickly enough for Kimberly, and so she was having all these meltdowns, screaming, crying, throwing up over it and whatnot. It was an entire mess. And needless to say, that marriage wound up falling apart. I know TJ had his own problems, by the way, but I can't exactly remember what they were because I didn't really closely watch this season, to be honest with you guys, right? But long story short, Kim is now pregnant. And shout out to Starcasm for this story. I had quite literally no idea that this was the case until I saw it over on their wonderful website. Y'all know how much I love Starcasm. So she posted a selfie of herself and her new boyfriend, Mikkel. And by the way, Mikkel is a terrible person, similar to Emma from Selling Sunset's boyfriend. Just, very like misogynistic, anti-everybody type of guys. So he made this announcement: do not scroll. To our family and friends, we're having a baby. But I don't know why he put S in brackets. Like, I guess they're suspected twins or something like that. We did a pumpkin head photo shoot to keep things fun for the spooky season. She's currently 10/11 weeks along, so just under 3 months. And we're excited to finally share our news. We're in Alabama right now and just working out things as we get ready for this new chapter. Our baby registry is linked at the bottom. We're still unsure if or when we'll be having a baby shower, but we'll keep everyone posted. So he tagged everybody. I'm sorry, but this is so tacky. He tagged everybody like, here, come buy us some stuff, right? Apologize if you weren't tagged. Listen, I'd be happy not to be tagged in that. I love y'all. And I tagged others I wish I could have told, but they aren't here anymore. So listen, he wants people to go ahead, send them some gifts because they've got a baby on the way. It feels kind of rude. It feels kind of gauche. Y'all let me know if it feels gauche to you. The idea of just like popping up on Facebook with a baby announcement and then publicly sharing a baby registry like that. I don't know. Like, I think if you're hosting a baby shower and the person's invited and this and that, and, you share your registry that way, but just like this feels a little bit, I don't know. It's giving gauche. It's giving gauche to me personally. Hamlet says, happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. Do you have any plans scheduled for the weekend? Anything exciting you're up to? And yes, Gwen, here it is. Hang on. The D didn't show up properly. 2026 bingo card. Justin Trudeau gets into acting. So I'm going to be leaving this here on my desk, and we're going to be slowly updating it. So if there's anything y'all want to see on the 2026 bingo card, please do not hesitate to let me know. We have until, and this is something I guess we're going to be filling out slowly every single episode of the morning report if you want. But we have until December 31st to fill it with our predictions, because once 2026 starts, it's going to be too late to have any predictions. So do not forget, you guys, if you have anything you want to add to this 2026 bingo card, now is the time to do it. Okay. Any celebrity marriages, any celebrity breakups, celebrity pregnancies, celebrity scandals, let it be known now. In that vein, we got a word from some of our sponsors, and I'll be back to see any predictions that you guys have. And then that'll be it for today's episode of the show, okay? So if you're enjoying today's episode of the Morning Report, please don't forget to go ahead and give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows you enjoy my content. The Morning Report is brought to you by Philo. Watch your favorite shows and movies from over 70 different channels, including MTV, TLC, WeTV, and more for only $28 a month. Get a free trial today by clicking the link in the description box of this video to get your free trial up and running. Tired of learning languages in boring, frustrating ways? Try TalkPal. TalkPal is your personal AI language tutor. It teaches you languages in fun, engaging ways. It gives you real-time feedback, assesses your pronunciation, and the learning process is personalized just for you. Join millions of other learners and start your language learning journey today. All right. Do you guys know what I'm putting as another prediction? You know how Nicki Minaj has been coming for Beyonce and Jay-Z and Rock Nation like all the time? I put that Beyonce comes and claps back at Nicki, like in a song or something like that. I see her finally kind of shading her, similar to when Megan Thee Stallion released her song Hiss. And in it, she says, you know, these hoes ain't, don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's Law. Something like that would be absolutely iconic. So I'm putting it down. Gwen says, I thought my country wouldn't be as chaotic as it is right now until next year. I don't think I want to speculate. And listen, I feel you. I too was surprised by how quickly everything went to crap. You know, and like the thing is that, you know, you're American, right? The thing is, you know, what y'all got going on over there affects the rest of the world as well. So Canada in particular was heavily impacted from the very beginning, right alongside you guys, you know, and it's been rough. It feels really rough, you know, for me on my own end with what I had going on at the time. Y'all remember it was taking forever for me to sell my apartments. I feel like I'm finally on the out on the other side of it, but I just know that it's still just the beginning, and I really feel for us all. It's not easy, and I feel especially for you guys over there in the United States. And I hate like how much it's kind of like dragged down like everybody's like hopes and happiness and just, you know, joy, it feels like. And so yeah, I really feel for you guys. It looks like a lot of y'all feel the exact same way, and I hate that for you guys. I hate that. We used to have so much fun and be so optimistic as people, but it just seems rough, you know. It's rougher by the day, and you know, we're all feeling it globally. Hamlet says, just getting my IUD replaced this weekend. Listen, good luck. Do they give you painkillers yet? Because I heard it's really painful. I've never had an IUD, but from what I heard, it's kind of painful. So I hope you get some good painkillers, or maybe you take some good ones before you go over there. You guys, that does it for today's episode of the Morning Report. As usual, I had a really great time chatting with you guys, and I'm really looking forward to being back next week, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk more about the day's hottest stories. Again, if you enjoyed today's episode of the show, please don't forget to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you again Monday with more of the day's hottest stories. Enjoy your weekends. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to try to take the time to post those photos over there on Instagram from my trip to Belgium. And then I'll, of course, be sharing afterwards from my turkey. Well, it's not even going to be turkey. It's not yet turkey season, but my Thanksgiving with friends tomorrow as well. Okay, you guys. So have a great weekend. Again, Acacia, happy birthday to your son. Jody, happy birthday weekend to you as well. And I can't wait to catch up with you guys again. And thank you too, Kelly. You guys make it what it is. So thank you. Take care, you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye.